Hi everyone. So today I want to talk about 3 with 3 arrows 4 versus Googolplex double arrow Googolplex. So the reason for that is because I have some commenters, a few of them asking which one is bigger. Is it 3 arrows 4 or Googolplex double arrow Googolplex? So I decided to make a video of that. So let's get started. So actually, if you have watched my other videos before, you would know I already make videos on, well, particularly Googolplex double arrow Googolplex, because this one is equal to basically Googolplex to the power of Googolplex to the power of Googolplex da 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 for a Googolplex number of times. So this is the definition of this one over here. So it's been on the internet for a while because Googleplex, of course, as you know, is 10 to the 10 to the 100. It's a big number itself, and people like to use a big number to make even bigger numbers. So that's why this is one of the common one that they make because, of course, this is basically a power tower with a lot of Googleplex. So this is, still relatively easy to create because this is just a power tower. A lot of people already know that. And then of course the internet always asks if Googleplex double arrow Googleplex bigger or if it's Graham's number G64. Of course we all know the answer to that pretty obviously. If not, check out the my other video again. And actually, I also made a video on Googleplex, double arrow Googleplex versus G1. So the first level of Graham's number, which is 3, 4 arrows, 3. And of course, uh, if you watched that video, you obviously know which one is bigger. So anyway, but then people say, oh, what about 3 arrows, 4? So this number, of course, is much smaller than G1 because G1 has 4 arrows. This one has only 3 arrows. So which one is bigger? Actually, it's not difficult to see. So because let's take a look at 3 arrows 4. This is equal to basically 3 double arrow 3 double arrow 3 double arrow 3. So the 4 in this case, the 4 at the end over here, it just represents the number of threes over here. So of course there are 4 3. So let's say if this is 3 arrows 5, then there's one more 3 over here with double arrow. So 3, there are 5 threes over here if it's 5 at the end. If it's 6 at the end, then there's 6 of them. So since there's 4 over here, so there's 4 threes. And then of course you change the 3 arrow into double arrows over here. And then the 3 and the beginning, it just represent the number, which means the number here will be threes. So pretty straightforward, I think. So this one, what does this mean? This means 3 double arrow of 3 double arrow 3 double arrow 3, because in order to calculate this, you have to start from the right to the left. So that's why you have to start working on this first. That means 3 double arrow of this thing over here, and of course you know that 3 double arrow 3 double arrow 3, this one is just equal to 3 triple arrow 3, or also known as the sun tower. Of course it's pretty famous, you can check out the my other videos on that. So this thing over here, it means this over here. So again, double arrow, it just means a power tower with this high. So the number behind it would be it would indicate the number of levels or the height of the tower. So that means this one equals to 3 to the 3 to the 3 to the 3 da 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 da. And there are 3 double arrow 3 double arrow 3 number of levels. So it's a lot of threes over here. Is a very tall tower. So this is the height of the tower itself, and of course we know that this number is very very big, way bigger than a Googleplex, of course. And so another way to look at this is 3 to the 3, a power tower of 3, which is this high, and this tower over here is 7.6 trillion levels high, because 3 to the 3 to the 3 is equal to around 7.6 trillion, which is a big number already. And it goes into this, so this power tower 3 has this number of level, and after you calculate this number would represent the number of level of this power tower over here, and this final number is equal to 3 triple arrow 4. So now, as you can see what it means, so now which one is bigger? Is it this one? Or is it Googolplex to the Googolplex to the Googolplex for a Googolplex number of times? So let's find out. So first of all, this is pretty straightforward. This is a fact over here, is that a power tower of 3 that is 5 so 5 levels high is bigger than a Googolplex. So Googolplex, in other words, is smaller than 3 to the 3 to the 3 to the 3 to the 3. And what it means is that, I think you can already tell which one is bigger, because let's say you have a power tower 3, which is Googolplex times 5 levels of, so there are Googolplex times 5 number of 3s over here. This one clearly is already bigger than Googolplex double arrow Googolplex, which is just a power tower of Googolplex with a Googolplex number of levels, because simply of this fact over here, so 5 threes is bigger than Googolplex. So if the number of threes over here is 5 times Googolplex, it means is bigger than a power tower of Googolplex to the Googolplex to the Googolplex with a Googolplex levels. And actually, in reality, this is even way bigger than this, because this one you're just, talking about how many threes, you just counting groups of 3. So 5 threes equal bigger than Googolplex. The next 5 threes is also bigger than the second Googolplex, and then the third 3 is bigger than the third Googolplex. But in fact, if you the actual power tower, you have to start from the right or the top to the bottom, and if you do it that way, it gives you much bigger result. So at the end, this one is way bigger than Googolplex to the power of Googolplex for Googolplex number of times, actually. Even if there's only Googolplex times 5 number of threes. And in fact, and I recommend you to watch my power tower paradox video. I explain a little bit more on that. So in fact, this is a Googolplex 10 to the 10 to the 100. A Googolplex times 5 is actually around a Googolplex itself. It's around the same number. Of course, watch my power tower paradox video to see why. But here again, it's around this number, because a big number times basically a small number is just equal to the big number itself. So therefore, a Googolplex times 5 is way smaller than 10 to the 10 to the 101. And as you can see here, a Googolplex times 10 is just equal to 10 to the power of, and of course you have to work this part out first, so it's equal to 10 to the power of 10 to the 100, so a Google plus 1. So 10 to the power of a Google plus 1, that's equal to a Googolplex times 10, because you just add the power over here. So because this is just 10 to the 1, so that's why it's equals to a Google plus 1. So as you can see, what is a Google plus 1? A Google plus 1 is just a Google, right? Because Google itself is a very big number. So a Google plus 1 is just a Google. So therefore, a Googolplex times 10 is basically equal to a Googolplex. So basically same number. And therefore, 10 to the 10 to the 101 is way bigger than a Googolplex times 10. And on the other hand, way bigger than 10 to the 10 to the 100 times 5, a Googolplex times 5. So, and again, that's why, therefore, a Googolplex, double arrow Googolplex is way smaller than 3 double arrow 10 to the 10 to the 101. And of course, 10 to the 10 to the 101, on the other hand, is way smaller than 3 double arrow 3 double arrow 3 for obvious reason, right? I mean, this number here actually, 10 to the 10 to the 101 is way smaller than 3 double arrow 3 double arrow 3. Um, this is the Sun Tower, so of course Sun Tower is way bigger than a 10 to the 10 to the 101. And that's, there you have it. Um, it's not even close. 3 triple arrow 4 is way bigger than a Googolplex double arrow Googolplex. But I think basically this is the smallest arrow up arrow notation of with 3 that is bigger than the this thing over here, because 3 triple arrow 3 is actually way smaller than Googolplex double arrow Googolplex, because as you can see, Sun Tower is just this one over here with 7.6 trillion 3, so of course it's way smaller than this. So that's why this one is the smallest thing you can make that beats Googolplex double arrow Googolplex. Of course, you can use 4 arrows that would be even way bigger, or you can use three arrows 5, but this is the smallest one. So anyway, this is the one of the easiest approach to see which one is bigger. So thanks for watching and have a nice day.